Hi, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I know where I live, and I can say it. It's time for Taroscopes, and we're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the month of December 2022 for the sign of Aquarius. And for those of you who may not know, this is my Aquarius painting that I was inspired to do, and I look 22. So this past summer, it seems like every summer Spirit gives me a project or a couple of projects actually, and making a series of zodiacal paintings. This is Aquarius back there. You can see Libra on the floor. There is Capricorn. And so that was one project Spirit told me to do. And I listen. I follow directions really well, right? I'm not saying that I'm good at everything that I do, but when it's told to me to do it, I do it. And then there was my mosaic table that I made with all my leftover pieces of stained glass from all my stained glass projects from over the years. That was fun. And then I had the year before, I think it was the year before, I was told to do a chakra series. I know what my next series is. I just have to find the time and the space for it. And when it's time to do it, I will do it. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. But I'll keep you posted on that. Not that you asked, and not that it has anything to do with Aquarius, except that the energy of Aquarius is kind of like that, ruled by Uranus. Things come like there's genius to Aquarius. You Aquarius is out there, y'all geniuses. There's also trauma associated with Aquarius and like PTSD and things like that. So it's interesting that Saturn is in your sign right now, and this whole idea of PTSD, while not new, every now and again we'll get a resurgence, right? And I think the latest resurgence of PTSD that I hear people talking about is the PTSD that African Americans have because of 400 years of slavery and the Jim Crow and everything after that, and how they're all like, not all, but many are sort of seem like uninterested. How do I want to say this without like people getting upset? But when in the point of fact, it's just trauma. It's just like they're in a traumatized state. Like you sort of like phase out. And you go to a different place, and there's a lot of that, and it's not just African Americans, but that's where I heard it most often being talked about, which I think is really good because we all really need to talk about that stuff. Now, I try to be. I'm not really into like political correctness as much as knowing that. I'm aware of a certain part of a situation that maybe when I say stuff, it doesn't sound like I'm aware, but I'm aware, I think. Best I can be, aware and awake. I have Aquarius in my chart. It's my South Node. All of us born in 61. No, that's not true. From about the end of June in 61, I think it was. In 62, we have Aquarius as a South Node. So I'm going to do the card reading, but I'm going to look at the astrology first. First of all, Saturn, right? Your sign. Your traditional ruler of Aquarius is in Aquarius. You've had Saturn moving through Capricorn, which is your 12th house, and then Saturn moving through your first house. That's hard. That's a hard transition. It's like being reborn and having to go through the birth canal again, but only you're bigger and you're squeezed more and you have to let go of more. And it's challenging for you guys. So I understand. I understand. We have a full moon in Gemini. Gemini for you guys is your house of um, romance. Is it? Yeah, romance. How about that? Full moon in the house of romance. I like that for you guys, even though, you know, Aquarius isn't the best at interpersonal relationships. Uh, it's hard. It's hard. It's the thing is with Aquarius, it's not like we don't care. We understand it, but we just don't necessarily want to feel it. We understand it. Um, and you know, occasionally we all have to feel stuff. So nobody gets away with not feeling. So not to worry about that. Full new moon in Capricorn. That's nice. That's going to happen on the 23rd. We have Venus in until the 9th. It's in Sag, and then it goes into Capricorn. And then, which is Venus is good for you either way, like no matter what sign it's in, I think. And Mercury goes into Capricorn on the 6th. It does station retrograde at the end of the month, 29th, I believe, because of that, Mercury is moving kind of slow, and it's moving through your 12th house. So, and then it goes backwards. And so the beginning of the year, you're going to have Mercury in that 12th house of yours. And it's a really good time, whether it's direct or retrograde, maybe even better when it's retrograde, to really like hook into that 12th house energy. So mediumship, past life stuff, all that, very, very acute for you guys this month and into next month. All right, let's see. I'm using the Elemental Tarot. And let's see what comes up for Aquarius. These cards confuse me. Oh God. Yeah. So we have the 9 of Swords here. This is anxiety, stress, PTSD, perhaps, right? Saturn in your sign. Saturn bringing up the reality of PTSD and how it really does affect how successful you can be in life. You know, you have to face your demons. Otherwise, your demons, you don't have any, there's no progress. There's no progress. It's important to explore the shadow. And the shadow is simply the things we don't want to look at. And those are usually the things that are painful. So we're all having to look at a lot of painful past things, not just you, Aquarius, but Saturn's in Aquarius. So that's part of the lesson, I think. Challenged by the 6 of Swords. So the challenge is one of the mind, because we have 2 swords, right? One sword is anxiety and nightmares and negative thinking and getting into those negative thinking loops. And then the challenge is the 6 of Swords, which is about peace and a quieting, right? Moving away from troubled waters. So your challenge, if you accept it, Mr. Phelps, this month for you, is to be able to quiet the negative loops that are going. Let's see what's at the bottom of it. At the bottom is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is about stalemate. It's about learning patience. Believe me, this was my in my numerology, this was my my power square number. So my power was built on patience. Let me tell you, that is not an easy thing to build your power on, but it's you have to be patient. You have to find a way to be okay with things not happening right now. And quiet the negative speak around it, I would say. In the past, oh my God, in the past, we have the Eight of Coins. This is hard work. So I think I think what's happening is that you've put a lot of effort into something, and you're waiting for it to happen. It needs to happen, and you're spinning, right? I guess we could maybe equate this to politically, anyway, in the political arena, would be like, for those of us who have been following the former president for now, what, 6 years, like 6 years too long as far as I can tell, but 6 years, there's this like anxiety that you have, because you're like, we've done all this work. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? And we have to find a way to like calm, because yes, it's going to work. And yes, justice will come. And yes, because of it, we're going to feel something. We're going to be different after that. So it's going to happen, but it's like, you're like, ugh, right? So let's see what's in the sky. Oh, okay. So this is all right. I can understand what this is now. We have the Queen of Wands in the sky. We have the Queen of Wands in the sky. I see the Queen of Wands, and of course, the first person I think of is Nancy Pelosi. The Queen of Fire, the next person I would generally think of was AOC before Liz Cheney came into the view. And not that Liz Cheney is better than AOC, but she just became like, all of a sudden, she like went from the edge of the conservative edge to having to like find ourselves around a bunch of Democrats. So as the Queen of Fire, she's a Leo. Pelosi is an Aries, and but then AOC has a moon in Aries. So I kind of see her almost as more than the queen right now. I generally see her as the page or the princess, you know, the one who's speaking the truth that the powerful don't want to hear. Okay. In the immediate future, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. There's a sense of, so what's in the sky for you guys, sorry, I know I kind of went off on a tangent, is leadership. Leadership and holding. The Queen of Cups holds the hearth fires. She tends the fires. She tends the fires of whatever, in the case of Pelosi, democracy. In the case of AOC, maybe the fires of social justice, and and maybe for Cheney, the fires of you know, the warrior. I mean, she definitely has a warrior vibe. We need warriors too. We need all of us. So let's start working together. Imagine if we just started working together, how much better all our lives would be. Like, we got the memo. I think we know that. Let's see what happens in the next couple of months. In the immediate future, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. There may be something you're going to have to give up. One second. In the immediate future, which is pretty much the card for the month, I think, when I do it this way, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is sometimes abandoning an abandonment of something, turning your back on something, because it's no longer fulfilling. So it's possible that whatever you're anxious about having to happen, maybe you need to look to see why you feel that it has to happen, right? You have to, how it makes you feel. I think you're going to be reevaluating some of the work that you do. Not so much like what you've done, although you probably have to reevaluate that because Mars is retrograde. We have to reevaluate everything we do these days. I just feel like you may actually want to go in a different direction with your life, something a little more fulfilling, something that brings that you don't have this stress. You don't have this stress, the mental stress. With the Queen of Cups in the and the Queen of Wands in the sky, there can be you may want, like, maybe you work for somebody and you're thinking about going into a more entrepreneurial sort of situation, but you're going to have to let go of, you know, a way of being, perhaps, and an emotional security that comes with working for somebody else. No matter how much stress it is, because all you do is you do your work and then you go home. But when you have your own thing, you have to do all of it. You can't just do the work unless you have a team. And if you have a team, then, but that takes time to build, right? How it's seen from the outside, we have the Queen of Swords. So people really admire your minds. They admire your judgment. They know that your knowledge has been a hard-won knowledge. It's not like you know as much as you know because you heard it somewhere. It's lived experience. It's lived experience. Domestic situation. Oh, the Three of Pentacles. Well, that's nice. So maybe you do want to do something at home. Maybe you want to work from home or have your own business or have your own consulting firm, or figure out a way, maybe you and a couple more people, where you can, like, you know, like how did Microsoft start in somebody's garage, like something like that. Hopes and fears. We have the King of Cups. You could, you know, this is the King of Cups takes care of his people, right? King of Cups, Joe Biden's the King of Cups, takes care of his people, right? So if you're his people, he takes care of you. Even if you don't agree with him, even if you didn't vote for him, he takes care of you. You could hope for that. You could hope for that kind of support, or you could be fearful that maybe you're not up to that kind of support. I don't know, but there's a part of you that wants to understand what creates sort of for you the fire in the belly, right? The fire in the belly. Wow. So the last card is the Ace of Pentacles, the outcome. I really think you're going to start something new, so your own thing here. I wasn't expecting that. Followed by the Ace, really? Of Wands, 2 aces. Okay, let's keep going. 5 of Wands. So it sort of upsets things, but it's very creative. The 5 is a very creative, it's change, but it's creative change, or change that creates the energy of creation. The 10 of Pentacles, good cards, good cards. No major arcanas though, so I always pick 3 after that. Let's see what's underneath it. We have the Nine of Cups, wanting a wish. Oh dear, look, the Ace of Cups. Very good. And the Three of Cups. So I feel like there's three of you getting together to do something. Getting together to do something. Some new venture, some new something that you guys have a little bit more. She's still going to do with people because being at the top of something, you're a team player. Aquarius is always about the team. You're going to be doing things with people that you like working with on things that really matter to you and really matter to the world. That's what this cards are saying. So it took me a long time to get there, but I finally got there. They're not always easy to read, especially these elemental ones. I'm still learning like what the cards are. It's so funny, but it's a nice deck. It's a beautiful deck. All right, so have yourself a wonderful holiday season. Have a wonderful spring and summer if you're down under in those climes, or stay safe and warm if you can in these climes in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, we send our light and our love to all those who are away from home, who have been driven out of their homes, who no longer have homes to go back to, that they find safety and security in the heart of love, and that we show the compassion that we need to our fellow man, because by not showing compassion to others, we're not showing compassion to ourselves. And we need a lot of love. And we have a lot of love to give. So let's start giving it freely. Okay, guys. Take care, everyone. Namaste.